Okay, so I promised you, Mary, and anybody else who decides to watch this, a little garden tour because it's kind of looking good around here this year. So, shot by the mailbox of all the daisies and snapdragons. There is our beautiful river birch we planted 3 years ago, and it's really taken off and loving the rainy weather. And then Mom has contributed this year with their move quite a few hostas. This is one of our new additions, getting ready to bloom. Got some geraniums that the name is now going to escape me, of course, but if you look carefully, you'll see the variegated leaves, flower petals. I thought they were pretty cool. More of Mom's hostas. One over there was mine before, but great big holly bush. More hostas, lots of different roses, non-stops. Most of the blooms had faded, so I took that off, but obviously there's a red one, there's a pink one over there, but all of its blooms were gone. And then we have something new this year out front. This is called a porcelain berry vine. I lean toward the variegated leaf. I love the leaves on this thing. It's in the grape family, I guess, they say, but it looks like somebody spilled paint on all the leaves. So they're pretty cute, cool. Coral bells, one of the few things that does really well in this hot bed next to the bricks. And my crafting is still with me. I made a fairy door a couple years ago, and then last year I found a fairy to sit by it on her snail. And this is a dead hanging basket because a Carolina wren moved in, and she's got her brood up there. More hostas. That one was here before, obviously. This stuff is called Japanese anemone. It sends up about 5-foot tall stalks with white flowers on it in the fall, which is nice to have something that blooms in the fall. Astilbe's getting ready to bloom. My fun ivy, which that was really a dumb thing to do probably, but I just gave it a haircut, so it's a little kind of topiary-ish. More hostas, because that's about all that grows out here. I've tried bleeding heart. There's my spirea bushes that have gone bananas. I planted those probably 5 years ago. That's 3 bushes, 3 plants. They're ginormous, and they have gorgeous white flowers in the spring. Zipping around here because YouTube only allows so much time. That's a juga ground cover. Had gorgeous purple flowers until last week. Okay, trash day tomorrow. Coming around side of the garage. Mom, one of her other moves, I got all of her daylilies, so they're getting ready to bloom. Lots and lots of daylilies all the way down. They couldn't match the brick when they rebuilt our chimney, so I'm going to cover it with ivy. I got some starts from the front yard last year, and it is coming right along. And then, let me get through the gate here. There's the jack dog. This is one of my other craft things. That used to be the original sliding door in the house, and I decided to, instead of wasting it, I would cover it with stained glass, so it looks better on the other side because there is condensation between the panes, unfortunately. And if you need a vine that goes bananas, I mean, what is today? June early? This is last year's plant. This is its 3rd year. It also blooms in the fall. It will cover the entire top of this panel and bloom white flowers all over the place. The other one died over the winter. I had to replace it. I found this one at a local nursery, and it's not taking off quite as quickly, but it'll probably catch up. But and you maybe have seen this thing before, but I glued every little piece of glass on that with silicone glue and then grouted between with black grout, and I really like it. And then Stan built the frame to go around it, and I thought he did an outstanding job. And the copper lights are little solar lights that come on at night. And then we come around and we see the pool, the pool, the pool. And Gwyneth's playground back there. And then this is a hole that I just tripped in. This is one of my pride and joys. This is my herb garden. And I've got basil, mint, dill, chives, sage, savory, lavender, and bee balm. And then I've got just a few flowers in there this year that I think kind of add to it. Got a little coreopsis and some snapdragons. And that rose back there, which can't see very well right now. There it is. One of Gwyneth's cousins brought it when she came over for a visit right after Gwyneth was born. So that thing is a miniature rose from the grocery store, and it's still going strong after 8 years, doing well. We are going to have morning glories climbing the fences around the air conditioner this year. I did it last year and they were so pretty. We have a moonflower actually just getting ready to bloom, but I'm not going to... Oh, and there's a froggy. Hello, froggy. Where'd he go? Can you see him? We've had several frogs living around here this year. It's kind of fun. Anyway, moonflower. Very fun. And this one is a volunteer. I planted some more seeds that I held over from previous years, so we'll see. I'd like to have this all full of moonflowers. That Japanese anemone, it grows everywhere you plant it. I actually pulled it out of the front bed and moved it back here, and it likes both places, so it's going bananas. Yarrow, 2 different colors. And wild geranium, which I think a cat slept in the middle of, and I had to push it back. And then we have some lilacs and some forsythia, and this is a brand new bed. Just part of it was here before, but I just added to it, so I haven't mulched it yet. So we got some plants that Mom gave me from their move, and some more that I just bought. I love this stuff. This is silver mound, and it gets to be a great big lush ball of this really soft foliage. Very nice stuff. The coneflowers are getting ready to come in. Don't know what that bush is, but I really like it, and it comes back every year. I forget what it is. And then we have our garden, which I had we actually just split into two gardens this year. We had to get our tomatoes away from the black walnut tree because the man told us that black walnuts are poison to tomatoes. So we've got, excuse me, mosquitoes are getting in my face. We've got 5 different varieties of tomatoes, 20 plants. We've got 2 different varieties of peppers, and then I have some fingerling eggplants. This bed, haven't gotten to yet, but I found the red rocking chair somebody was throwing away across the street, and I thought, oh, how cute for our bed. So there it is. Gwyneth was appalled that I got anything out of the trash. Back here we've got acorn squash, spaghetti squash, zucchini and yellow squash, oh, and cucumbers, and then our bean teepee. I always grow my beans on a teepee because it's fun for Gwyneth and I to play in, but this year I decided to try and cover it with landscape fabric and see if it make it more usable inside, because it hasn't been. And I'm almost at my time limit. Let me zip around here real quick. I don't know if you've seen, this is our campsite. We set up a tent back here. Mom gave us pavers when she moved, so now our picnic table has a platform. And then I dug the fire pit and got rocks out of the tree line back there. So we come back and cook out and have s'mores, and sometimes we sleep out. And the business end, there's our compost pile, there's our stick pile, and a rose that's almost gone, but oh, one of the roses that actually smells like a rose. And some more hostas back here by the shed. And that's Lee's garden tour for the year. Oh, you probably don't care, but I'm going to tell you anyway. That tree right there, we call the Gwyneth tree. It grew from a seedling from one of these trees, And we call it the Gwyneth tree because it started growing the year she was born. So it is 8 years old, and I have to go because it's been 10 minutes. Bye. Hope you liked the tour.